even though I'm never ready, and we're starting. All right.
Don't tell me you want me to start.
I know.
I'm surprised I start.
All right, guys. Welcome back. I know it's been a couple weeks. We've been off. Hope everyone's enjoyed their time, enjoying the start of summer and all that. But tonight, we're continuing. So a few weeks ago, if you remember, if you're here 2 weeks ago, we talked about the WAMR and all of their problems.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
we should actually go back and cover some of it again, because we really didn't talk much about it. We kind of just ended up being conversations about relationships and stuff like that.
What should we do right now?
Yeah, we can start.
What?
I would do what you're doing, but we should go back and actually talk about issues, actual issues. Wow.
Not just relationship is what he's saying. Go back and talk about other things other than relationships.
What should we talk about?
Justin, don't be the example of the problem.
I think this is what we need to talk about.
That's funny.
What should we do? We should still do this.
We do this, yeah.
Okay. But then we never do women right. Ever. We've never done it right. What's with that? Alright. So let's just talk about it. Alright. Modern Christian men in today's society. Oh boy, there's a lot of problems with men in the world today. Becoming men of God in a world that confuses identity, purpose, strength, and faith. Modern men face a lot of pressures. Pressures to succeed. Big one is staying silent about your struggles. Being a man. You need to be a man. You probably heard that a lot if you were a young man growing up. I'm going to talk about toxic masculinity tonight. I'm going to talk about things like that. How to be a modern Christian man in a world today that is telling you to be everything but that, essentially. But to start off, well, actually, before I ask the question, I'd like to read this verse here from 1 Corinthians. And it's kind of what we hear today. Like a lot, maybe your parents or your dad has told you this before. And it says, be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. Let all that you do be done in love. So this whole phrase of act like a man, be strong. And when we hear that, it's kind of like, I think as a man, for me personally, it was like, I can't show emotion, I can't do this, I gotta be strong in all circumstances. Whenever something catastrophic is hitting my life, whenever something emotional is going on, I have to be the strong guy. I have to be the guy who toughs it out every single time, and I can't break down, I can't show weakness, because that's what I was taught. But we're gonna get into that a little bit more. The first question I'd like to ask all of you tonight is, what in your opinion, and this is completely subjective because there's going to be a million answers, but what in your opinion started the issues that the average modern man faces in today's society?
Women.
Oh, here we go. Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Well, women.
What do you mean? You just... Oh, wow. Alright.
When in doubt.
If it's not a man's fault.
When in doubt, like
I think, moving past that.
Nothing feels worth it anymore.
Right. One of the biggest things, and this is actually the very first point we're going to bring up, is men are struggling with their identity. They are struggling with a purpose. When we look back in the past few decades of society, men had a purpose. Men went off to war. Men did this, did that. They were, at that time, a couple decades ago, women didn't work at all. Men were the primary workers of the family. they brought in all the money, women stayed home and, you know, cleaned, took care of the kids and did whatever women do.
But I mean, back then too, you know, you had craftsmen, artisans,
Yeah.
people that had a purpose. I mean,
He wants to go back.
you know, just
Right.
for example, I mean, you know, you had humble cobblers, people that just made a living repairing shoes, you know. But that's the thing, though, is that people saw the need to bring that stuff by, you know, not to waste, to use what you have, repair it, restore it, things like that. Nowadays, everything's plastic, it's disposable, it's waste,
It's very true.
You can just work for like
it's one-time use.
keep living.
So now there's just
Right.
people out on factory floors producing mass crap, people behind computers, tracking numbers.
This kind of reminds me of, so going back to Adam and Eve, real quick. So Adam and Eve, you know, we all know their story at this point. They sinned. It's all Eve's fault. She ate the apple. But basically, I'm totally joking. So their punishment for sinning. So the woman's punishment was, you are now going to suffer in childbearing. You're going to suffer through your pregnancy. It's going to be difficult. And that still basically happens to this day. Obviously, modern medicine's made that a little bit easier, but that was God's punishment for Eve. The punishment for Adam was, he says, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake, and sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. So God's basically saying, you're going to sweat and work for your food. You're going to sweat and work for the things that you make, the money or food that you make. And when we look at nowadays, it's like, are we as men really suffering to find food or, you know, dig up on the ground, or even like back then, right? Like with the craftsmen and woodmakers and all this stuff, like all these jobs that we had, they've all been replaced by machines for one. And everything's gotten so easy to a point where men don't have to do that anymore as much, you know? So we've kind of lost our purpose in that way. And now we're just like, what do we do?
And now we're replaceable cogs in the machine.
Yeah.
It's like soulless work now. It's like there's no, oh, you put your soul into this, you made this. It's just make stuff for the factory or
Just make sure
Whatever-
it matches
whatever.
specs.
Yeah.
depends on what you do,
Just
obviously.
another
Just in general.
machine type thing, yeah. Does anyone have any more thoughts on that though? What started the issues for the average modern man?
Technology,
Yes.
convenience.
Technology, social media, and social media expectations.
Social media has made it worse.
Yeah. Just about every way. And that is for both men and women, I'd say, certainly. But for men, there's so many issues. We're going to get into that a little bit more, too. Really, I don't want to make everyone uncomfortable. We're going to get into that a little bit. Yeah. It'll be fun stuff.
I think you should try it.
Mark, I'm not you. Oh, sorry. So when you hear the phrase, be a man, what does society typically mean by that today?
Suck it up, buckle down, get to it,
Yeah.
get it done.
No excuses, right?
Mhm.
There's no... I don't think it's not like the worst thing to say, but I do think there's problems with that as well, you know? It's just kind of, it can be dangerous to say that sometimes, because we, in turn, as men, and I'm so guilty of this, where I take all the problems that I'm dealing with and I just curl it up in this hide it inside me, and I don't tell a single person. I don't, because I don't want to appear weak. And number two, more importantly, I don't want others to have to like share that burden. I just want to deal with it on my own, you know. So, be a man, suck it up. Deal with it. Life sucks, you know.
Get another cup of coffee.
Smells like dog bacon treats.
What do you mean?
The bacon
In the hallway.
strips?
Oh, does it really? Oh.
Yeah, when I was walking by, I thought I said cat food.
You guys might be animals.
There's a very salty scent out there.
I didn't smell it all.
I'm small out there. Alright, we'll skip the rest of those questions because we do have a lot to get to. And we probably won't, I don't think we're going to be able to finish all this tonight, but.
Okay.
Don't die.
We're all good?
Yeah,
Alright.
sorry.
We're okay.
So then, we're talking about men tonight and all the problems that they face in society.
As it quickly overlooks all the questions.
Stop!
Main
You
point
just-
one.
but here's the thing, you did the exact same thing last time with the women.
Yeah, but this is more important.
That's what you said about the women, and then just completely glossed over all the women
I
stuff
don't
too.
understand women.
You don't understand men either.
Maybe if you ask the question, we might.
Okay. Fine, Mark. What's one unspoken struggle many men face today that culture rarely discusses honestly? Yes.
Well, I mean, it's kind of this way. I think we can be a bit lazy sometimes. I think we struggle with our ability to, I don't know, if you don't have all your goals met, you tend to get depressed and you don't do as well in anything, whether it's taking care of your own life or whatever. I mean, some guys are different, but like for me, I work that way, so I have to watch myself.
Yes. I'm kind of I'm always judging myself against what I feel like I should be. So if I'm not at a certain point, and sometimes I just completely give up, which makes no sense at all. How is that helping anybody? But if I'm well, I'm already struggling anyway, I'm already dealing with this and I can't do it, or I can't finish the job, and it's might as well just not try it at all then.
It's like carrying a weight. You're told to make it across a certain line. There comes a point where you're struggling, so then you just figure give up, just toss that weight off your shoulders. Set it down, somebody else can pick that up and carry it across that line. Because it's to protect yourself,
Yeah.
Mentally.
And I do feel there's a lot of men out there today who are carrying burdens that no one sees, right? But they feel it every day. Every day when they wake up.
And you can barely describe it, and so then when somebody asks what's wrong, you can't even describe it, it's just nothing.
Right.
I think another thing is mental health and suicide rates. I know that's kind of dark, but
Oh, it needs to be
Nobody talks
said.
about
Very
it.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
yeah.
It's gonna get darker.
Well, it's got to be higher than women, right? I would certainly think so. Yeah, I mean,
It is.
yeah, okay.
I think I saw something every 3 minutes or something that man commits suicide.
That's very dark.
Yeah, there it's 1 in every 4.
One in every 3. I was just studying this recently on my online course, Grief and Loss. They mentioned stuff like that.
Oh man,
What?
1 in 10 people is a serial killer.
Oh.
Are we talking about that, or are we talking
Well, there's 11 people in here. Who is it?
What if this is Jeffrey Dahmer?
Alright guys, who's gonna play Mafia? Who's the killer?
That's crazy. Oh man. So yeah,
Another one is actually a big one that no one talks about and needs to be talked about is sexual abuse towards men.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of guys.
Especially when they were, well, most of that I would assume is basically seeing children from what night.
Not usually, actually.
Yeah, I think
Really?
you'd be
A
surprised.
lot of guys are old, like in their 20s, getting sexually abused by women.
Yeah, that's.
And other men.
Senior citizens, males are more likely to be sexually abused than the women.
Yeah.
What?
Makes sense. I mean, that's when they're at their most vulnerable.
That's surprising. Wow.
For men, it's when they're older. For women, it's when they're younger.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, women want the old seed. It's been around.
Sorry.
You are.
Someone wants to taste for this.
There are people trying to eat Mark.
It's going to be wrong.
I can make it worse. Do you want me
We're
to
not.
make it worse?
No. This is unspoken struggles.
That's what I'm thinking. I say the unsaid.
Oh. Oh no. It's getting worse. Oh. I'm so
This
sorry.
is not,
Yeah, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
Alright, last question here. Where do you feel the strongest pressure to compromise as a Christian man? And they list some options here. Work, purity, emotions, relationships, pride, money. It could obviously be something else, but for the men in here, where do you feel the strongest pressure to compromise?
Emotions. We're always told to shut it down, so you're supposed to shut it out.
What does it mean by compromise as a Christian man towards money? Like, value money more than you should be valuing it?
Focus on it. Because you're not supposed to focus on money. It's not supposed to.
One man can have
I would
certain
assume
wealth and God.
focusing on providing for the woman if they're married, but
Yeah. That's tough too, because I feel like, you feel like you're doing the right thing, right? Like, I'm trying to provide for my wife and I'm trying to do the right thing as a man, but there's a certain point too where you're more focused on the money aspect than the relationship part, taking care of your wife and being there for others.
Just money doesn't save a marriage.
Yeah,
Being there does.
yeah, that's very true.
More money, more problems.
Yeah. But there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of pressures on my face. Let's now turn to our first point here. And men are struggling with identity.
that's funny.
So culture offers conflicting messages. Masculinity is toxic on one extreme, where it means dominance, emotional suppression, endless wealth, and sexual conquest on the other. Both miss the mark. And we're going to talk about biblical manhood as well, which is grounded in being image bearers of God. Still strong, yet humble. Responsible, and yet we're still dependent on the Lord ultimately, instead of depending on ourselves. And I also wanted to bring in toxic masculinity. We could talk about it for a second. What is it, and what are the issues with it?
Honestly, I've never fucking understood it.
I did a Google search on it.
Yeah, I would have to as well.
Get the hair in there.
What?
Should you get the hair in there?
Yeah.
It's probably where the hair came from.
Me and you both have shaved heads, so I don't think
It definitely wasn't me.
So, toxic masculinity is basically, it's kind of like the societal norms that pressure men into acting certain ways. So, for instance, suppressing your emotions, being hyper aggressive or dominant,
I think having a superiority complex.
Yes. And we do
Focusing on all of the flashy things. You gotta have the best house, you gotta have the best muscles, the best skin. You gotta have cars, boats. You gotta be able to take copter rides. You gotta be on top of everything. You have to be your own boss.
Yeah, there's certainly people like that.
But be your own boss in the actual employer sense.
Well, that one I don't think is bad.
Well, no, but when it comes to things, it's like, you know, it's very earthly. Not be your own boss as in take charge of yourself and, like, you know, discipline yourself and things like that in a healthy manner. I mean, I'm talking straight up like the Andrew Tate kind of be your own boss kind of guy.
I was waiting for that name to pop up.
I was about to say that.
I mean, truthfully,
my-
the face. I mean, that is. I mean, when hell, when I watch it, it's like I just hate myself
Yeah, it's not even just women.
because it's just
I
like
don't know this person.
Oh, you don't know?
it's a
Get him on the
crappy
screen.
influencer
It's a good thing.
that honestly
It's just really.
needs to take a trip in the mountain and meditate for a little bit.
Right. And he is very.
It's like
one of the things that this
Mr.
highlights is misogyny. I feel like he's very misogynistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Towards women,
Oh
for
wait,
sure.
is he bald and darker skinned?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I
She
do know
wears
who he is.
sunglasses.
Yeah.
He's also Muslim.
And he also talks really fast and aggressively.
Yes.
Yeah. I have heard some of this stuff. Put that on the other side, please. I'm gonna do it again. I almost did it. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like Andrew Tate is like the poster child of toxic masculinity.
I mean, there's plenty others too, but
Do you know the funny? Okay, so I always, every time I think of misogyny and homophobia, I find it hilarious because I always get reminded of a Dave Chappelle joke. What is being gay is probably the manliest thing you could ever do. 'Cause what's more manly than fucking another man in the ass?
Oh my gosh, I'm there.
Yes, because it's true.
Is that from like one of our stand-ups or
Yes,
like
it
Chappelle's
is.
show? Oh,
It's
okay.
it's from one of the stand-ups, but it's true. It is manly. Like how could
Too manly.
yes, like
Roman
yes,
thoughts.
Yeah, bring it back to the Spartans.
Yeah.
Weren't the Spartans doing that?
yeah,
Yeah.
they were encouraged to.
Okay.
To protect each other better.
Incorrectly.
That's good to know.
Like I know it's a dumb joke, but it's kind of true.
So 300 and all those war movies.
So you think Andrew Tate might be a little.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
he's out there
Just thinking
beating
about
people up while he's getting beaten up.
I mean, every generation has their poster child of just that energy, that vibe.
Yeah. I wonder what's with that though. I don't know if like, I think for some men they're just like compensating. They like want to feel good about themselves maybe, or they just want to. Yeah.
It is a compensation. Probably a
I just did that under the table. I look up my seat.
Yes, that is the correct answer. All right. So there's a very dangerous thing sometimes where it's like with men where we kind of like, and obviously this isn't all of us, but like some of us struggle between having confidence and then just being plain arrogant. So we can have confidence, godly confidence, confidence that like we are made in God's image, we are loved, we have so many talents and gifts that we can use for other people, but also then we get to a point where it's just pride, and we're like, I'm the man, you know, I'm amazing. What can I say? And obviously that can be very dangerous. So there's a difference in that, and I think there's a struggle with that. But ultimately, and what this point is trying to say is, what is a man's identity in today's world? What is like?
What is a man?
Evil.
What is it? Evil, just evil.
We're the patriarchy. We're evil.
I mean, we created some of the worst
We
people
need to
alive.
die. All men need to die. It's all of us.
Well, that's alright.
I have heard this message a few times.
All the time, every day.
Please no.
They're screaming it from the tops of the mountains, the tops of the little caves,
Man cave.
from their tents, their hippie tongues and all that.
Yeah, and on top of that too, I don't know if we're gonna bring it up at all, but like, there is a lot of people that just do not like men nowadays, and like, men are just kind of like told to be quiet and just shut up, and I don't know, you know. So we.
They're being treated like a woman.
It's almost like
I think it's like just both genders battle each other for respect,
Yeah.
basically, and
It's just a dick swing contest at this point.
yeah.
well, because there was a point where obviously a couple decades ago women didn't have as many freedoms as they do now. They didn't have all the stuff, and then
It was more okay
Oh,
to
yeah,
put
way
down.
too okay.
We overcompensated for that.
yes, and now it's like women do all of this, and they are amazing.
No,
I'm not
because
taking away from that, but
because we talked about equality last time,
Mhm.
and how women got what they wanted, and now they hate us for it because they don't want to do what we do. They don't
We're
want to
created
suffer
to
the
do
same
that.
way.
So, I mean, this kind of correlates with that. So we had a men's retreat or whatever gathering at my church Saturday, and the discussion was on how to be a godly man and what it is to be a leader. So he went into topics about how men can be lazy, we tend to be lazy, and when we do so, women end up stepping up and taking our spots in certain positions or doing whatever. Like in a church, let's say like, you know, God specifically said in the Bible that men are to lead the church, and I think that was for a reason. Because if he didn't say that, then we'd probably be like, all right, no, we'll just sit here and listen. And then the women would just basically run the church.
yeah.
I mean, because they're
The church is supposed to be treated like a family, and I mean, a father is supposed to lead his
Yeah.
family, not for any type of weird gender role reason. I mean, it's just a thing. It's a thing in nature that just simply works.
there's
That,
like a
you know,
balance that you have to-
Right. You show the kids what to do. This is what life is. This is how we handle it. And mothers, of course, nurture and care for them too. There's a balance.
I think you're so right though, and that is one of the biggest issues that men have had over the last, especially like over the last probably 40 or 50 years, where it's like, men are like, okay, if I can just sit back here and do nothing while you do all this and I still get to enjoy my life, be married, have some kids, yeah, of course I'm gonna do that, and so we were just content with being lazy, and women see that need, and they're like, well, someone needs to fill that need.
We procrastinate a lot. I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then women are stepping in, and you're exactly right, and, the message, they're like, it's happening in the church a lot. And I'm not here to say, like, oh, it's terrible, women are taking over, that's not, like, the message, but there's a reason why God said, like you said, like, yes, the man needs to be the spiritual leader. That needs to happen in the church as well. There's a reason for that. And that's probably a reason why some of the churches aren't doing as well nowadays. Is because that's not happening. If we're not following the Bible, then we're going to struggle. It's just as simple as that. It has nothing to do with gender. It's not gender politics. It's not this or that. This is from the Bible. If we follow the Bible, we do good. If we don't, we fail. So, but yeah, that's that. Anything else to say on this first point here? Identity struggles.
It's just all very confusing.
It is still.
I mean, not this exact topic, but just everything.
I still struggle with my purpose sometimes.
That's why you have to go from the Bible. You can't go from society because you won't. There is no purpose for most people nowadays. You're just a cog. You're
Right.
not human anymore. The Bible brings out your humanity.
I think what I finally realized was like, you know, like I have gifts that God gave me, and I need to use them for Him, for His glory, and I wasn't doing that before, and now I am, and things make a little more sense now, you know. But it's still a struggle for sure. I struggle with my purpose a lot for sure.
It's all tiring.
And that leads us into our second exciting point, isolation and loneliness. So we see many men nowadays. They have some friends, work, sports, church, wherever. I think I'd say most men here, we can say we have some friends, some good people, but do you have that really deep connection with a person? Do you have that best friend or that person you can go to with everything? Research shows men are less likely to seek emotional support from their networks. God never designed us for isolation. Hey, that's a problem I struggled with for a long time.
Out right now.
Like, man, 6 years ago maybe? I don't know, it was a while ago, but I went through a really difficult period in my life. And it was probably the most difficult period. And what did I do in response? Did I go to my parents or go to some really good friends and talk to them about it and surround myself with good people? No. I shut the door to my room and I hid myself. And I stayed isolated because I thought that would help me process my emotions better. And it did not. I was alone with my thoughts, and it made everything so much worse. And it's not, literally, God literally designed us to be with people. As much as we might dislike people sometimes, it's not what God intended. That's literally why God made the church, is for people to connect with each other, to share their struggles, and to help each other. Genesis 2:18, it is not good that the man should be alone. So they made a woman, and that's where all the problems started. But, point aside, Proverbs 27:17, iron sharpens iron. I don't know if you guys have heard of that verse before. But a good godly friendship is going to make you stronger.
So the first rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club.
Apparently this is actually a documented epidemic is what they call it. It says 15% of men in general have no close friends, like zero. For more data, it says that the percentage of men with 6 or more close friends dropped from 55 to 27. And it has claimed to go up to 0 close friends. They say underlying causes show men often rely almost exclusively on their wives or girlfriends for emotional support. When the relationships end, men are frequently left with 0 backup support system.
Yeah. That's why we see the whole thing is if a man breaks up with his girlfriend and he's just sitting in isolation for a while, just processing everything. I don't think that's the right way to handle it.
It's not.
Women, they get the ice cream, they get all their little friends over. Oh, let's have a movie night. Cry. But it's probably better. I mean, it probably is a better strategy than I'm gonna listen to Nirvana and just shut my door and
No, you need to get drunk and start punching your friends in the face.
That's why they don't pray.
If you start punching people in the face, you'll start making them.
I don't know if that's ideal, but that is definitely better than
It does. It
the other
works.
one.
Somehow that works.
Go
Get yourself
moshing.
a six
So,
pack,
you been
get
there?
a pack of cigarettes, go find a spot at the pier and order a farm.
Or a farm.
Right, right.
Just go through that.
Don't waste that potential.
But it's probably better. Like, I know one thing that really helps men a lot. I don't know this personally, but going to the gym definitely helps a lot because it's just
Depends on why you go.
yeah. Like maybe you need to let some emotions out or anger.
That doesn't work.
No. The punching bag?
Nope, doesn't
Yeah,
work.
not for me.
Really?
It really doesn't. That's why I went to the gym originally. Doesn't work.
You
Maybe
need
the
something
first-
more thought provoking.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. You basically were just saying those.
Well, that's good to know.
Sometimes it's actually difficult to go to the gym just with being tired, no energy. Feels like you're operating on negative time.
Yeah.
It's more of something that builds discipline, which could lead to eventually, but that's not like a cure for it.
You know, that's like
Once you're in the
gym.
recovery phase.
Yeah, because a lot of guys go to the gym thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna get fit so I can get a girl," but that's not how that works.
Okay, Mark.
That's my story going.
It's actually the other way around. You get a girl so you can go get fit.
Right.
I don't know if that made sense.
I think a lot of men do think that though. It's like,
No, that's why most people go to the gym.
yeah.
But it doesn't work. The gym is a good idea in theory, but it's just not a good solution.
But I do-
Oddly enough, is talking to another guy, even if it's a random stranger, is better than nothing.
yeah.
Yeah. Just unload on a dude.
So sorry.
Talk to some random guy with a
Flawless
shirt named
burger.
Ron.
I gotta stop laughing.
Just make sure you're in Chicago. It's legal.
We have a
I'm so glad I
modern
just missed what
Shakespeare
happened.
in the room.
I'm so happy I just missed what happened.
Go back to the toilet and listen. Oh wow.
Oh boy.
We're gonna move on. Alright. So yeah, talking to another man is probably good for you, but most men don't do that though, is the thing. Most of us don't do that. And why is that? It probably goes back to the whole thing of like, don't open up, don't show your emotions, don't do this or that. But it's not good. It's just not good. Holding that inside of you, and I, for a long time, held a lot of anger in my heart towards certain people. Like people that hurt me in the past, and that was why I got so depressed. And then I just bottled it all up, and then I got very angry at God. It was just a complete mess. And I didn't do anything about it. It just got worse. But if we can just open up and talk to someone, and it doesn't have to just be like, go to therapy, and I'm sure that does help, but
Eh.
I don't know. It's probably better to just talk with like a friend that really knows you, I feel like. If you have one of those, and if not, find a way to make a friend or do something, you know? This place is great because we have people who are like-minded for the most part. And
Not all of us are thinking the same thing. It's fine.
I sure hope not. But
Otherwise, we'd all be depressed.
oh no.
That is
Same.
But yeah. Any more thoughts on this? I'm not sure if there's anything else to say on that. I would just say the biggest thing is question 3 down there. Think about who in your life could help you, sharpen you spiritually.
I will say this. If anyone here needs someone to talk to, please let me know. I'm willing to listen.
I can punch you in the face.
That's fine.
I'll give you a whole dollar. I'll give you a whole dollar.
Don't worry.
I'll give you a whole dollar.
Oh, cool. All right.
Oh, I'll second that.
Don't worry. I'm
I only have $2.
Go on.
Speaking of like the whole like, just talk to like a random person kind of thing. Have any of you ever like been the random person that someone talks to?
I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Oh yeah.
The incident where we were sitting on the sheet late at night.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Oh, yeah, but you can't let people like dump on you either.
Right.
If it's too much, then you're like,
Not to give away any specifics, but there was one night where we went to go out to eat,
not the so weird. So
and well, I was trying not to give away like,
oh,
the
okay.
place
Well, we
because
don't know
like
where.
I also know that this is going to go up on the channel later, so I don't want it to like backtrack to anyone. But we were grabbing some sandwiches, and this guy that was working at the place alone by himself, he was closing shift, but no manager. He was just the one there. Eventually, he took our order. It was late at night because this is before COVID. This is pre-COVID, so I know that this is going to sound weird now that, you know, there used to be 24-hour food places. You know, you can grab a bite to eat at 2 a.m.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I miss
There
the
still
subway.
is. There still is.
But this guy, he was just working there alone. He made our order, and once he was done, he decided to step out for a cigarette as we were getting ready to leave. And I mean, I learned some things about this guy, and he was just a complete stranger to me. I mean, ex-military, pretty much permanently disabled from an IED, and then just one day couldn't handle it anymore and made an attempt on his own life. But the firearm jammed, didn't go off, and immediately his instincts kicked in. I mean, he started field stripping it.
I just want the sandwich.
Cool story, bro.
I mean, to a degree, though, it was just like we went out for sandwiches, we came back with a little bit of trauma.
I was like,
I mean,
That's usually how
a little bit too much trauma dumping.
yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't mean like I didn't care. It's just like, oh my goodness, this is a lot.
Almost not barrel or.
You can tell when people are just looking to be validated.
Kind of came to a point where once we actually got back
just didn't
home,
wanna
it was just
react.
like, okay, we're just gonna put these in the fridge for tomorrow. I'm not hungry anymore.
Sorry.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh.
But
Oh man.
in a serious sense, though, I mean, I can only see that someone who really needed to talk would have said something like that.
I think you did the right thing by listening.
Oh, for sure. We should all strive to do stuff like that.
Right. All jokes aside, it did sound like he really needed to talk.
I think that's what most men need. That's all they need. It's just someone to listen to or hear. You know, like I said, women are. That's
No,
one thing.
here's the thing about that.
What?
Men will listen to other men, but women will not listen to women for some reason.
They will not listen. Right. Alexis agrees.
No, anyone who's married or in a relationship knows this.
My dad won't listen to anybody though.
Well, but I don't know, most men are. They're not comfortable enough to just open up like that. You know, I mean, they just don't want to. They just would rather keep that inside. You know, because.
We don't know how to start.
Yeah, how do you get to shit about like that? Like,
Which is
I think
also
the
a
thoughts-
worrying thing because then when that random moment happens, that's usually nearly someone's breaking point.
I think the one thought that goes through my mind most when I hold things back, because I'm prone to holding things in. I don't want to burden anybody, or
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm being overly dramatic about it. I just got to get over it.
No,
I can get
yeah.
over it on my own. I don't need to, blast somebody about whatever is going on in my life that I know will pass or whatever. And it just keeps going
yeah.
until it gets worse.
Yeah, when I felt that way, I usually felt like, oh man, if I were to open up to someone, it's going to be humiliating to myself, or just going to be humiliating and embarrassing in general. Like they're not going to look at me the same. Or
They're
whatever.
not gonna look at you the same, or they're gonna bring it up later, or something like that, or
Or
hold
use it
over
against
again.
you or whatever.
Yeah.
It helps when you hit rock bottom, because then you already know they will.
Right.
And you say stupid shit on the internet.
That's why you gotta make anonymous personas. Just name like yourself Jim Davis with like a Garfield profile picture on Twitter.
Oh God, no. That's pedo.
Wait, whoa.
Where did that come from? That took a 180.
No,
Davis do?
Garfield is now. If you see Garfield in a profile picture, more often than not, they're a pedo.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because they're running. Because
Okay, I didn't know that. Don't you look at me.
even without Garfield, like there's like literal pedos out there that have like a profile picture of themselves just sitting in her lawn chair
Just
or
right
whatever,
there. I don't need
drinking a beer. I'm not even kidding.
I don't need to add to this subject thing.
I don't know where the
Just find out
conversation
that there are a
come
lot of
from,
people
but
that try and buy cats for
it just came out of nowhere like a flash.
They kill the cat when they get it.
What?
A lot of people, like Facebook Marketplace, when people put a cat on there, like, hey, free kittens, whatever, people will buy it and then they'll kill it at home
That's
Yeah.
horrible.
for like creepish behavior. It's disgusting.
I knew that
So,
was.
if you ever get a cat,
I knew there was a
buy
big
it, so I'll
problem in,
kittens. That's how I
places.
found out about this. So if
Yeah.
anyone wants a kitten, let me know. My cat's
That's pretty
pregnant.
common, like places like in Latin America. I know that's a really common thing to do there.
I don't know what is happening with discussion tonight. This is just off of the rails.
Justin, this is a
Pedophilia.
conversation about men.
I know.
Dumb shit.
This is
I
exactly
don't know
what
what
it is.
pedophilia came into the
It's
picture.
just Garfield.
We just talked about Garfield. Next thing you know, we're talking about pedophilia.
This is so much worse than usual.
And then kittens.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Top tier
It's pretty
podcast.
tame.
Yeah. Maybe I've been gone for too long. I forgot how
We don't miss
how
it.
nuclear was these days. Oh.
We
Alright.
haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet.
Let's go to 3. Also, what time is it?
7:23.
Okay, we can go for a little more. Alright. Point 3. Men facing mental, emotional, and spiritual pressure. Oh, so this is kind of your point about suicides here. Males account for roughly 79 to 80% of suicides in the US, with rates approximately 4 times higher than females. The church must respond with truth and compassion. So, this goes back to the isolation thing. I think when we are isolated, when we don't share our burdens or don't share like what we are struggling with, what happens? At a certain point,
Honestly, that's partially true.
what?
Because you can be the most engaged friend and you still might commit suicide.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like a people pleaser and stuff like
They
that.
act like
It's
they're
very common.
super happy in front of you and all okay, but then as soon as they get home, it's like it drops.
Have you ever
Right.
seen the
He
whole
absorbed everything.
Have you seen the whole joke about like the class clown or whatever? And he's like the funniest kid in the class, and next thing you know, once he heads home, he's like the most depressed person you'll ever meet.
That's kind of the thing. Okay, the Robin Williams thing. He was the funniest guy, right? The funniest guy in the room. But he dealt with the depression that no one ever knew about until it was too late. Because he never, why would he ever share that? He was supposed to be the funny guy.
Didn't he die from a drug overdose? Or did he actually like
Well, he killed himself.
okay.
I'm not sure how,
I
but
think he purposely overdosed.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't a carotene.
I'm not sure. But yeah, it's people like that, and you know, I was thinking of my boss at work. He has a friend that he's known for 30, 40 years maybe, and he recently, his friend just tried to kill himself, and somehow unbelievably, the gun just missed. I don't even know how it did, but he survived, and you know, my boss Ron is just telling me, he's like, I never thought this would happen. Like, we just messaged 2 days ago, and you know, I was like, how are you, man? How you doing? And you know, he's like, I'm doing great. Like, I'm doing great. I'm feeling great. Everything's fantastic. And clearly, it was not. But he never showed that. He never would say that. So it tends to be. I think the reason why the suicides are probably so high is because men are facing a struggle that no one knows about.
And no one takes serious.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, there also comes a point where, I mean, it's a demon in your own head, and it chases you everywhere that you go. And you try to just smile, you try to joke, you try to laugh, just outrun that thing. I mean, because it's scary. And it's difficult. But, you know, sometimes it catches up to people.
Yeah, it's sad stuff. I mean, it's just.
And it can go on for years and years and years without a single trace. I mean, it happened to my dad's best friend who he graduated with high school, was always suffering with mental depression, emotions, and stuff like that. And then one night he just decided that he couldn't take it anymore. He killed himself.
Yeah, it's just incredibly tough. And it seems to always come as a shock, you know, because it's just like, you never would have guessed that. I don't know, it's crazy, but I'm just reading the questions here, and we do have some verses here. You know, cast your anxieties on God, on Jesus, because He cares for you. So, you know, obviously as men, I think we should open up to our friends, because we should hopefully have friends in our lives who truly care for us and truly want to help us, you know, but also bring your anxieties to Jesus, because He does care for you. The Lord is near the brokenhearted. He saves the crushed in spirit. Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." As men, we need to quit thinking that we can handle all this, or this is just something that we just have to deal with because we're a man. No. Jesus literally says, just come to me, share your struggles and your burdens, and I will give you rest. I will help you with this. So
I think part of the reason we fail as men to do this is because we hear all the time that women want us to show our feelings, be vulnerable for them, and then we do, and they shit on us for it. So he just builds up that wall even harder and deeper. And it might not be the most recent relationship that happened, but could be 3 or 4 months back. But that damage never goes away.
well, I think that one time, yeah, it could be from anybody, but
It could be your own mother for one.
right.
It could be any woman at all that you're finally vulnerable with, and she just shits on you.
I've had it happen before. I can't remember who it was with, but it was maybe you can think of a time in your life where it's you did finally got the courage to share your struggles with someone, and it was just deal with it, or
What do you want me to do about it?
yeah, I'm not.
Hurts the most when it's someone that's so closest to you.
Yeah,
The one you're expecting to support you.
and then it's just
That you support them in the same way.
Only for them to dismiss it.
right. So then, and then obviously what's going to happen because of that? Now you're going to be bottled up even further, and you are never going to share your struggles with anyone.
I'm going to point out something, there's one thing that a lot of people, including myself, cannot stand whenever you're trying to talk to someone about your feelings, is when they say, "Oh yeah, I understand how you feel." That just makes me so mad. How am I...
I understand.
I understand, Justin. I understand how that feels.
At the most I'll ever say is, I have an idea of what you went through. I did not experience it in the same level, but I've experienced something similar.
I don't know what it's like through your eyes.
Yeah. It's I have an idea, but I don't have the full vision of it.
I think it's sometimes people aren't equipped to handle that kind of stuff, and then they don't realize what they're saying isn't helping, and they think they're helping, and it's
They're not ready to
Actually,
That's when I say, I'll pray for you.
yeah.
Oh, that's another one. That's
And I
annoying.
actually do that. I do that a lot.
I think it helps.
It's
Because
not
It
bad.
drives me nuts.
you don't
but-
always have to respond back like that. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it's just being the ear to listen is the best thing you can do for somebody. So,
I think so.
Show and not tell is makes it back and forth.
The worst thing is when someone always thinks they have a solution for something, and it's like, yeah, sometimes you need a solution, but sometimes like
It is nice to get a solution to the problems, but it also sometimes it is like, I know the solution. It's the execution that's going to be the difficult part.
You can sit there and have all the great ideas in your head, but if you're depressed and you don't have any motivation, what are you going to do with that?
Also, sometimes you can have 1,000 answers to your problem, but which one's the right one? Which one's going to be the best one?
Yeah.
I mean, even if you don't know the solution, I mean, as said multiple times by all of us, I mean, just simply listening to them goes so much, means so much to someone.
Yeah. And no doubt in your case, like I'm sure it probably helped him a lot. Because he literally just needed to get that off his chest. You know? So
Is the moral of the story to try to be present for the people around you?
I think so.
Because that one person that you ignore is the one person you will never forget.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
So yeah, all that being said, I mean, and then again, church or group become a safer place to share your honest struggles. So, man, I really hope that's what this is or can be. It's just like, obviously, like you don't have to sit here and share your personal struggles right here when everyone's here, you know, recording or doing all this stuff. But like maybe in private, you know, you can message someone or just talk to a friend in private and just be there for them. Just listen to them, listen to their struggles. And yeah, I'll tell you what, that's definitely something I need to work on. Like, so much. I have friends in my life who are like, I know you're struggling. I know you're dealing with something. Tell me, let me help you. And I just can't do it. I just can't do it, you know?
That's because they're not willing to stand outside your window and watch you sleep. Or just sneak inside your room because it's not that hard to get in.
you know that.
His mom will just let him do it.
I would know that for a fact. I've been to his house.
He sneaks in your house at night.
It's pretty easy to get in there.
Put a camera in your room.
Even with all security, I mean, Tim just lets me in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Mark.
He just watches you.
And if Tim's not awake, Tammy will.
Oh yeah, just as upstairs. Go wake him up.
Oh, no, don't worry about it.
He hides his
I'll-
closet.
Mark's here again. Alright. We have 1, 2. Okay, so the question is, do we try to finish this? Or what do we do?
How about we don't finish this and finish this next one and go back to women issues? Because it does affect men.
Yeah. Should we talk about that?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay.
Oh,
I
man,
think
but
we-
I'm scared of it.
I think a good
I don't know. Let's talk about what scares me.
was like the whole thing of like just being present for people. Because no matter what, for men or women, that's just going to be like a good thing too. Because then, you know, you're putting that out there, you know, hopefully then others that, you know, you listen to will see that and do the same and pass it on. And then eventually that flows for both men and women. You know, the women that struggle, that have problems, that keep things quiet, for the men that, you know, keep things quiet. You know, everybody can then listen to each other and just be present. Just get it out, let it out, get it off your chest, get it off your back.
Yeah, like we said, it's definitely scary to take that first step sometimes, and sometimes you're too hesitant. You need someone to show that that step can be taken, that you need to be present for other people.
That's all very good points. That was a really good discussion on that. I do appreciate people with all the crazy comments. Let me see Here we go. Exactly. We talked about one of the relationship.
No, we didn't talk about any of that.
We did.
No,
Yeah, I do think we skipped over that.
we
Did we really?
We really did.
What did we?
We also
We
did
skipped
not actually look at like any of the
We didn't. We didn't look at it.
very
Serious?
prolific, female figures of the Bible either.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
just mentioned, but like we didn't actually like, look at like where.
Notable mentions.
Right, right. They were noticeable
And-
mentions.
I mean, it
It's
does
just
line up with the next page.
It's a little bit of some feminism.
So, alright. Hold up. Well, I don't know where to start. I mean, what should we talk about?
How about just with the title of that page?
Maybe we just start now.
Singleness, marriage, sexuality, and cultural pressure. What's your guys?
Women, take it away, please.
We just shat on ourselves for the past hour.
Oh, come on.
You can shit on yourselves a little bit for like 10 minutes.
Justin, you said you had questions. Start asking them. We'll answer.
I don't know.
Just shoot. Just shoot.
Well, this is about relationships again. You didn't want relationships. So, what do we want? What do we want to talk about?
Just
What
find
kind
like
of
one
cultural
big
pressure do you guys feel, especially as Christian women?
Or as Christian women, what is a relationship struggle that you face?
Understanding men's emotions and trying to help because they don't ever tell you anything. So
It's a lot of like demanding. I would say demanding of more emotional talking when guys are more logical thinking,
straightforward.
very straightforward, and sometimes it's we'll want to say I had a hard day at work and I'm like, hey, this person just made me very upset. And the guys are just like, well, why don't you just say this or why don't you just do that? It's like, that's not the point. I'm just venting. I just want to say it to get off of my chest. I know there's a solution. I don't want to hear the solution.
Well, again, we have solutions for things like everybody for all
Yeah.
the problems. It's just the execution, but also just the time being.
That's why I talk to myself.
So that's like the men's brains and the women's brains. So like you said, like men think logically, right? So it's like, oh, she has a problem. And it's actually like, it comes from a good place for a man, I feel like, where it's like, I'm going to help.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a solution.
Or the other way around, where you ask them how their day is, and they're like, it's fine, whatever. And it's like,
Right.
I'm trying to ask how, okay, whatever, fine, okay.
No,
I'm not
it's
gonna lie, I get upset about
I
it.
screamed
I get
in my
upset
car
when I ask
before
him what his day
speeding
was
30
like,
miles
and he
over
was
the
like,
limit before coming home. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
good.
fine. I did the lawn, and I'm like, okay, but like, how are you feeling? Okay, tell me your emotions.
I was probably staring at a wall for an hour.
Okay.
I
I
don't know.
feel like we should do this without couples because it's getting personal.
That was actually
Like all three of you are like,
Yeah, like we'll talk about it anymore. But yeah, I mean,
There's also some struggles with, like, for example, not specifically us, but I've seen it in many couples have a lot of trouble with their in-laws, for example. Like, they have pressure to have kids for their in-laws, if you know what I mean. Like, when are you gonna give me a grandbaby, Or, like, the pressure when you're younger, you better not get pregnant. If you do, Yeah. And then it immediately switches, and they're like, kids? You're like, what? Huh?
that's obviously going to be a lot more of a pressure for women. It's like the whole,
Yeah.
are you going to have kids? Are you not? Like,
They're like, you better not have kids. And then the next year you move out, and they're like, children. When?
Yeah, no, my mom does that to me all the time. It's like, oh, when are we gonna have grandbabies? It's like, when you die.
that's just a great
I'm never having kids.
It's just a terrible thing to ask anyone, man or woman, because you have no idea what they're struggling with, and what them not having kids could be a multitude of factors, and none of it.
They're not ready.
It's not always a choice.
It's a huge responsibility
You know?
for somebody. You're
Yeah.
literally raising another life.
Right.
And sometimes, like, you have to grow
Right,
first.
medical
Yep.
infertility and things like that. It's just
It's just such a horrible, crushing thing to ask somebody when, like, they already, like, they know, hey, why are you having kids? We're not having kids. Thanks.
Well,
it's a damn nightmare.
let's just think about just how completely different society was back with our grandparents, right? Our grandparents were like, I think my grandpa got married at 16, right? My grandpa got married at 16. They had a house and a kid by like 18, maybe, you know? And it's just like they're just popping out kids, and it's just like, and then they look at us who are 20 and above, and they're going, why don't you have any kids yet? Why don't you have your own house yet? And
I
it's
mean,
like,
there's enough
expensive.
microplastics in my blood to where I can shit Legos.
Okay.
So that's also a factor.
Whatever.
Everybody nowadays is their own 3D printer.
I just imagine that. Somebody actually, this is off subject, but there's an actual 3D print of Shrek pooping, and you put it on your 3D printer, so it looks like
that's
he's
awesome.
pooping.
You can make one and put it on your toothpaste.
I've seen
Yeah.
that. Actually. Yeah. I think it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Put it on anything. Bottle cap.
Get Shrek.
I've just seen that. Oh.
But
Get out of
yeah.
me swamp.
I think a lot of there's also a lot of pressure for sex, especially now. Like it does go both ways, but it's mostly towards women. Like it's expected now. If you go on a date, it's just expected.
Expected from men.
Yeah,
Well, right.
and other women pressure women into doing it too.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's a very different culture from the days of our grandparents and great
On the
grandparents.
first date.
I mean,
The whole how many bodies have you had now?
Yeah.
It's just like what? What are we talking about?
I
Sound
mean,
like you're a serial killer.
yeah,
How many bodies?
everywhere that you step outside, I mean, it's food, it's stimulation, it's something. You go online, it's brain rot, it's pornography. I mean, just sex is everywhere. It's pure hedonism.
And I think this also goes in hand with who are women supposed to look up to nowadays, right? Let's just think about the women who are popular in music today and look at what they're wearing. I mean, it's absurd.
You mean look at what they're not wearing?
Oh, right. That's right.
Fashion has gone minimalism.
And then you have little girls up there. Oh, you look so cute. And then it's like, and then somebody's so like, there's this mom who I work with, and her daughter's in like cheerleading or whatever. Like she does like these
Fuck, I know
competitions.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yes. And they are wearing like these things that a 6-year-old should not be wearing, and it's just absurd.
Skin tight. No,
It's not right at all. And it's like
it makes dance moms look normal.
it actually
It
does.
really
Which
does.
is absurd. So that's a whole other thing. But again, I don't want to. Sorry, I'm
Kids are
talking.
dressing more sexually younger and younger now.
Yep.
It's very strange.
Okay, this is a wild thing to hear.
Oh,
When I
that's
was-
fine. We're used to it.
No. This was wild for me to hear. When I was working at Menards, I had a friend who was in high school, and he was telling me that he knew kids in middle school that were already having sex.
Yeah.
And it was regular. It wasn't just like, oh, 1 or 2. It was like most kids were having sex. And it's just like, that wasn't even a thought when I was at that age. It was barely even a thought when I was in high school.
I
I
had
want to place that one.
We're having at my private college, Christian college, all that, seminary, all that. We're having a problem with that right now. It's been going on for a couple of years where people are just having sex nonchalantly and everything. I'm like, wow.
my middle school. There was 7th grade, and she was already pregnant with her first kid, and by the end of high school, she had like 5.
5 kids.
Yes.
Oh my
I
gosh.
mentioned Nate.
That's
No,
awesome.
I'm just saying that one. That's all.
Oh my gosh. Maybe she made her grandparents proud. I don't know.
I mean, that's
But it
assuming
was
little
one for
grandma.
you guys.
Top for a daddy.
That's
absurd.
That's horrible.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
But yeah, so basically, yeah, the hypersexualized culture I think is a really big issue for women.
Because it gives us both sides an unhealthy standard to live up to. And there's like and like it says next, it creates loneliness and shame and all that. It's like we are put on a pedestal that we have no idea how to even get up to.
And we don't even have to talk about
I mean, and
it.
also
I'm not just talking about
in that
You can't
hypersexualized
tell anything.
culture.
You're over 6 foot.
it. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
You're 6 foot. Everybody wants 6 foot. You gotta be at least 6 foot.
6 foot is
Good thing I'm
short
short.
for the standard now.
Yeah.
though. You gotta be like 6'5".
Stretch your shin bones.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be better off if I was a short king at this point. I don't know.
Get like a towel bro. Yeah, but you can't reach the top of the fridge.
Be short, get muscular, grow a huge beard, just dwarf out.
Yeah.
Dig a bunch of holes in the yard.
Oh yeah.
On the axe.
Slam rocks with hammers.
Girls like that. Seriously. Dwarf daddy. I'm really sorry. Everyone else is saying something.
Just a little bit longer.
I'm gonna go home in a fetal position.
This is just absurd. We might just have to stop. We might just, yeah, I think we're gonna have to stop.
Oh no, I did it. I caused it.
Line was finally crossed.
We're done.
Where are we at in the fact kit?
I don't even know.
Maybe that's why we skipped over this. It's the nail in the coffin.
That's the thing. Is everyone expects men to have the most unhinged takes. Women are worse than we are.
True that.
They have some.
The shit they watch when they're by themselves. They know.
What? What do you mean by that?
No,
The
he
shit-
knows. He's
The shit
speaking
you
truth.
watch when you're alone.
Like
The stuff you listen to, watch.
podcasts?
Oh yeah, I know what it is. I know what it is.
They love the murder podcast.
Oh, that's
our
they like
show.
it.
Oh no, it
They're
is
always
just
thinking
that.
about murder.
It's not just that,
It's
Justin.
not
It's
that.
it's worse.
That is
Wait,
the actually the
do
taste.
you like murder shows?
I do.
Honesty.
Oh.
Okay, do you like murder shows?
Usual suspects. The usual suspects.
The book that I'm reading right now is a murder mystery.
Insane. I only read one book ever in school because I'm like that, and it was called Deer Killer.
So
I had to make a whole
Yeah,
Was it a quick
account
book?
because
Did you-
my algorithm
It was a good book.
Did it-
Yeah, it was the only book I ever read.
Did it inspire you?
Say right now.
It's all one series.
Well, there's 11 here, so there might be 2.
Oh, well, this was a very interesting discussion. But
That's
Justin's
all I'm
gonna
putting
sleep
in.
with one eye open tonight.
You can sleep with both eyes open. You're still not gonna see me.
Like a cryptid.
That crack in the wall that you don't see behind the dresser.
I think we're gonna do prayer requests, and then we'll be done, and then yeah, and then next week, yeah, we'll finish talking about that. I don't know. I definitely still feel like we have more stuff to talk about.
And make sure you're dressed up in your YMCA outfit.
No, he's gotta wear the T-Rex. Is that what it was, the T-Rex?
What?
The blow up dinosaur thing that you wore? Oh, it was a bear. It's
It
a
was a
bear.
bear.
Yeah. You gotta wear that.
Yeah.
I scared a little kid with that.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
It's crazy.
Bro, they were crying.
Prayer requests, anyone?
I think everyone's mental health.
After
Well,
tonight,
yes.
People's sanity.
Specifically my spiritual life right now. I feel like I'm in emotions, just kind of struggling a lot. It's a good topic today.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna say the same. I'm struggling with that right now. So. I could honestly use some prayers as well too. For everyone. Spiritual stuff for everyone. Anyone else?
I might be getting a new job. They're moving things around to where I can get Sundays off or Sunday mornings off for church.
Oh wow. Oh.
Yeah.
New job or new position?
Position.
So you're telling me I can take your position
Yes.
and never have to lift my hands and I could leave at 11 a.m.?
Yes.
I'm taking it.
All right. I'm putting the word to Kyle saying that he needs
I'll
to.
do
Yep.
it right now.
They'll take you too.
Oh, I would sit.
You will do just as Washington. It's so easy.
Yeah, I don't move. I just sit at a computer all day. I scroll on my phone most days. Most of the time, I scroll on
I
my
get
phone.
to play Farmville with you.
That's
I play Heyday.
Yes.
For my family, for my grandma. Not trying to like bring down the mood or anything, but my grandpa passed on the 1st of this month, and his celebration of life is on the 13th. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Quick note to add on to what I was just talking about. If I move up, there's a spot open, Justin. For mornings. I'll put in a word for you if you want. Just let me know when.
So the spot, the position would still be open. Like,
Honestly, there's a bunch of different positions open
Yeah.
that you could easily take.
I mean, if I'm gone,
There's now 5 positions open, I think, since you had your interview.
are you sure?
Yep.
that wasn't that long ago either.
It
Told
wasn't.
you.
That's
You just
literally
needed
the
your
week
foot in the
right
door.
before. Exactly.
That was the whole point.
Well, first would be like a lot easier. Anyone else?
Health with the body.
Your voice is getting better, which is good.
Yeah, it still hurts.
All that.
Oh, the tonsils.
I got my tonsils and my anodes taken out. And
Oh, anodes too?
yeah, they go in there and they burn them off the back of your.
Yeah. Oh,
Didn't feel good. It still hurts all the way down here. Because your tonsils, they go way up high. And
Yeah.
I didn't realize they go that deep in there. It's crazy.
still nice cream.
I can't have ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Popsicles?
Popsicles.
Most of them are like
Just blend them up.
Yeah. Slushy.
Yeah.
yeah, but then it sits, like, there's like cups where they used to be. So, like,
Ooh,
you have to,
like
like,
something in there?
well, so your tonsils are like this in your throat.
Yeah.
When they take them out, they cut up like this, and then you have the back of where your like your tongue and your throat sits here, and then the back of the skin that holds them on there. So it's like a bowl, and then your throat. So when you eat, stuff can get stuck there, no matter
So
if it's
they
liquid
put
or solid.
implants in there or something?
No, it'll just heal over, and it'll
Oh.
fill back in eventually. But for now, I just got 2 food catchers, so I'm healed.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds rough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, first with that. Anyone else?
He's like, thanks for that image.
Mental
this
health.
is- Yeah. Prayers for patience with my neighbors. They're driving me insane. We're doing construction at like 5, 6 in the morning every day. And I'm trying to be like, I love my neighbors. I love my neighbors.
That's kind of rough.
I mean, technically, you can love your neighbor with a hammer.
I'm getting, like, my patience is so thin. I'm just like, please.
We can trade spots, and that way you're away from them all day.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna work at Pratt and all.
I was about to say, yeah, just be prepared to tank verbal abuse.
I'm gonna ruin everything if I get off West Junior Go. I'm like nowhere. All the networks will be down real quick.
Alright, I think we're gonna pray and we're gonna get up out of here. Here we go. Thank you so much for today. Thank you so much that we had this time again to come back, and for everyone that was here tonight. It was just a great time as always. And just want to thank you for everyone that's here to make this possible, and just all the great discussions that we had. And honestly, I hope that we were able to take something away from the night and just learn more about ourselves, learn how to become better people, and better Christians, better believers, and just have a better relationship with you, God. And just help us be better in life. We have so much that we're struggling with in our lives right now, God. Mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever it is. Maybe all three, but we just need your help, God. And just be there for us if you always are. And give us the strength that we need to finish the rest of this week and for everything that's to come in our lives. I just pray that you give us that strength right now that we need. Yeah, God, I want to pray for everyone that wasn't here tonight as well. You'll give them the strength as well, and just continue to be with them. And, just thank you so much for this opportunity that we had tonight to share and to get back to it. So we thank you for today and all the blessings, and we pray all these things as we go home tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Remember, everyone, to keep Justin in your prayers too. Keep him in your prayers.
Well, everyone, but yeah.